To compare the axe and the Beast Glove, we need to go over both offense and defense. Starting with the axe, as seen in GVK, is able to absorb Godzilla's atomic breath, allowing it to become more powerful than the atomic breath as stated in the novel. While the axe can block Godzilla's atomic breath, it is unlikely that it would be able to block something like Ghidorah's gravity beams, since the axe was made out of a Godzilla's dorsal plate, and because of lack of evidence to suggest otherwise, unless you want to consider PUBG's crossover canon. We do see Kong try to block Shimo's beam with the axe, however it's just a stopgap, so in terms of defense, the axe is pretty limited. It can be used to block bites, but that is pretty much it. However, the axe really shines and is very impressive when it comes to offense. We already know that the axe can absorb the atomic breath to become more powerful. However, this difference is only really shown in GXK. During the final battle, Godzilla's atomic breath hits the crystal King Louie here uses to control Shimo. Despite this, we see the crystal with no real sign of visible damage. However, the charged axe shatters the crystal when swung by Zuko. Godzilla's atomic breath in this moment was over 20 times more powerful than his base form, and yet despite that, the axe when charged only by the energy emitted from a hollow earth portal was more powerful. The Beast Glove on the other hand is more of an augmentation given to Kong to help heal his frostbitten arm. However, it is still a weapon. In his Egypt fight with Godzilla, Kong uses the glove to pummel Godzilla in what may be one of the funniest smackdowns I have seen since the potato sack incident. Depending on your interpretation of the fight, you could say Kong knocked out or at the very least stunned Godzilla. Whichever way you slice it, the glove allowed Kong to debilitate Godzilla long enough to start dragging him. While the axe blocks against Godzilla's atomic breath, the glove is used to protect Kong against his bites. In the real fight, we get a direct comparison between the glove and the axe when it comes to defense, as Kong is able to block Shimo's frostbite blast without issue, unlike earlier when he used the axe. This could imply that the Beast Glove has the ability to resist ice, similar to Godzilla who evolved adaptive thermoregulation in order to counter the frostbite blast of Shimo. The Beast Glove was also able to protect Kong from Shimo's jaws, with the novelization outright stating that the glove prevented Shimo from shearing through Kong's arm. This indicates that the glove could possibly be used to block other blows from other titans and isn't restricted to just the atomic breath or the frostbite blast. Though in offense, the glove does seem to be weaker than the charged axe. However, the glove can't be knocked out of Kong's hand or anything, so it's not like Butterfingers here can lose it. But the most important part of the glove is the steroids. This serum, when injected into Kong, supposedly gives him a 2 times physical amp. This is a little dubious given the source, but he went from barely standing to boxing Godzilla, so some internal process definitely did happen. All in all, this means that whichever weapon is better is based on circumstances. The axe when not charged is pretty useless. Outside of a tonfa substitute, it doesn't really do much. It can absorb the atomic breath, but that's about it. The main merit comes from when it's charged, since that's when it's able to cut through even the top tiers of the verse. The glove seems to be more of a balanced weapon, where it doesn't do as much damage, but the damage it does do is still decent. It can also block a lot better than the axe and amp Kong's strength. Honestly, if you asked me, I'd say the glove seems like the better weapon. In a fight it is a lot more versatile, and unlike the axe which requires Godzilla to charge it to be effective, the glove is useful from the start. While obviously the axe would be the more lethal weapon when charged, the fact it needs to be charged by Godzilla to be useful tells you that the Beast Glove is the better weapon.